Tonight on EA Sports, Super Bowl 55. We'll see Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears taking on Drew Lock and the Denver Broncos.
Well, it's been 12 of the longest months ever since Super Bowl 54 took place downstate in Miami, and the world has certainly changed an awful lot in that time. But tonight, for a few hours, we bring the focus back to the greatest spectacle the sporting world has to offer. Super Bowl 55 from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, and what a matchup we have in store. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Denver Broncos taking on the NFC champions, the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand, and Charles, the Broncos, quite the route to get to this Super Bowl. They were winners of Super Bowl 50 in Santa Clara, didn't make the playoffs the next 4 years, going a combined 27-37, but now here they are back in the big one.
And this is one of those franchises that sometimes we forget the success that they've had over the years. This is their 9th appearance in the big game, and only the Patriots have been there more times. They have won it 3 times, twice under John Elway as a player in the 90s, and then he won Super Bowl 50 as an executive. Not a bad run for Mr. Elway.
Meanwhile, it has been a roller coaster ride in Chicago the last few years. They've been up, they've been down, they've had double doinks, but now the Bears are back looking for what would be just.
Now, we do know that the Bears had plenty of success pre-Super Bowl because they won 8 NFL titles to be exact. But as you just mentioned, looking for their 2nd Super Bowl win, they did have another appearance in the big game. That was one that they lost to Peyton Manning of the Colts in Super Bowl 41. The win prior, Super Bowl 20, a huge blowout against the Patriots.
After all the talk, it's time for football, and here we go. Super Bowl 55 is underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Mitchell Trubisky taking the field to lead Chicago. Trubisky, the Ohio native, went to North Carolina, then drafted by these Bears as the number 2 pick in 2017.
And one of the few knocks on him coming out of North Carolina was just actual game experience, just 13 starts in college. But he worked so hard at making up for that lost time. He loves the game, crazy about the film room, and guys just naturally gravitate towards him. I think he's got a chance to be an excellent leader and player.
Opening carry of the game for Cordarrelle Patterson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the...
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately, I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl 2 against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all. What a play here. Another pick 6 in the Super Bowl. And so out now comes the offense back onto the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
The ball carrier.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Chicago Bears.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
At the 34-yard line.
Throwing here, Trubisky. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards in a Chicago 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
On 1st down, Patterson. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
He's across midfield.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The former Missouri Tiger, Drew Lock, will be a quarterback as he leads out the Denver Broncos.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to, and he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed, and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things, and then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team the best chance to win.
Now the 2nd down throw on target. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, ride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
2nd and 11 now. They look to throw. It's Lock. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. They credit that sack to Robert Quinn.
Well, that takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So 3rd and long now for Lock and the Broncos following the sack. Locke working out of the gun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bears nothing.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. Interesting stat line right now. Technically, he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team.
It makes you wonder what he's seeing downfield, because he has completed 2 passes to his own team, but the interceptions are troubling. Is he going through the wrong reads, the wrong progressions? Is he getting fooled by defenses? They've got to figure that out over on the sidelines, working on that Surface Pro to see what they see.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun is Trubisky. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And he's got this down to the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with a... Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky, quick hitter here, it's complete. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. 3 catches for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. It's a 1st down. Here's Trubisky to throw. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. That catch good for only a couple.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
That's a nice run, a nice game that has to have them feeling pretty good about themselves as we head to the 2-minute warning.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remain in this opening half of Super Bowl 55. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down and unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
Incomplete.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Oh, he'll air this one. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. And now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the counter, Lindsey. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Quickly into the hands of Robinson. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Alexander Johnson. And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be a 34-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. So we've reached halftime here in Super Bowl 55. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight. As we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season of football, but it's not over yet. One half remains to decide who will stand on the podium with the Vince Lombardi Trophy. And to call the second half, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams ready after the halftime spectacle, and we are back underway in Super Bowl 55.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like it.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll run here with Lindsey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 more yards there and another first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now Gordon on first down. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And the Broncos are going to have first 6 points.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon taking it in. And the Broncos push further out in front. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
McManus now for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon.
for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On second down, it's Patterson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And timeout here as we got a player shaken up, and that's Johnson who's down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Once more, they turn to Patterson, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Good, just to extend the drive.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
They'll run on first down. Patterson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they...
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bears get a bit closer. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And that score there makes this a much more manageable deficit.
Agreed, because before that touchdown, this looked like this was about over. Instead, they've got hope. They're back in the game. They feel better about themselves, and now they have a chance to make some more plays.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Drew Lock once again leads the Broncos out. The lead is theirs here in the 3rd quarter, but it's really been the ground game that's been the recipe for success.
You mean the spotlight isn't shining as brightly on the guy throwing it?
No, it's the man behind him that's had a heck of a game.
And that's really okay. That's actually what you're looking for. I mean, your pride tells you, hey, I want to be responsible, I want to throw a bunch of touchdown passes. But when you're able to run the football, typically speaking, your team's doing pretty well. And in this case, they're winning.
We'll see if they have balance on this drive. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the ground with a tight end. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got his tight end Fan. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 46.
Roughing the passer defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Locke on the give, it's Lindsey. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
And we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
And this is what coaches talk about, never being satisfied. No matter what the lead, always trying to increase it. You never know what can happen in this NFL.
Now McManus for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky on the move to his left. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, 2nd half, no quit in him.
0.
And he can't find a receiver, and Tauchu able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Over the middle, Rodgers has it.
Trubisky's pass.
13 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think part of their plan was to hit him over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
And he's got Miller. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
10 at the 27-yard line.
On 1st down, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings us. Seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And 6.
Again, it's Trubisky. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. To throw again on 2nd down, Trubisky. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Going to throw deep for the end zone.
Trubisky's pass, intended for Allen Robinson. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. One last shot for Trubisky. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And the Lombardi Trophy goes west, and it goes to the Denver Broncos, your Super Bowl champs. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
They end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.